Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back. This is a bit of a new feature. Pretty much last week I spoke to or made a video about the possibility of doing like a video blog once a week, and there was quite a positive response, which is exactly what I wanted really. And yeah, so we've decided to kind of have a go, see what it goes like. And as you can see with the name above, we weren't exactly very creative, so we're going to call it the OC3D Week in Words, where once a week I'm going to stop in and I'll go over briefly some of the reviews and the news and stuff that's happened that week, but try and keep it quite relaxed and kind of informal, and not like you sat there watching the BBC or CNN news or something like that. Just try and keep it like a couple of mates having a bit of a chit chat. Try and keep it quite cheeky. We've already got some ideas later on to kind of keep you amused, so to speak, so it could be something that you want to, or at least we hope it will be something that you want to keep coming back and watching. So, it is the first one, so you're going to have to sort of like bear with me, not necessarily like be too critical or anything with me at the moment, and just until we both find our feet, I work out what is best for me and how to do it, and I'll be listening to you and all that kind of malarkey. Right, beginning of this week, what did we start off with? We had, and I ain't a robot, do you know what I mean? I literally have got me like list of notes here. But we started off with the ASRock 890 GX. Now, although ASRock definitely have made a step in the right direction with their motherboards, they still, do you know what I mean? The extreme shouldn't be confused for something that literally is top peg, or, for argument's sake, a cheaper version of a Rampage or something like that. They are, like I said, they are better than the ASRocks of old, but the testing, we've done the X58 and the 890 GX now, so both sides, AMD and Intel, and both the boards are pretty much sort of like what we'd expect from a low-end Gigabyte, if not worse. They do have a lot of features on them for the price, but the overclocking is pants, the layout's not been great. The motherboard looks like a kid's had a sticker pack and bloody stuck loads of stickers all over it, do you know what I mean? If it's on the box, we don't want it written all over the motherboards as well. Heatsinks are definitely a step in the right direction for them though, although they do look like MSI or Gigabyte rip-offs anyway. But yeah, that's that. And then next on the list was the, yes I am looking, was the Crucial C300 SATA 6 drive. Now we were like, we couldn't wait to get our hands on this because SATA 6, amazing, we think it's going to be wicked, and it was. The drive we had was doing, or we tested with 340 megabits a second reads, and I look, 145 writes. So do you know what I mean? It's amazing. Now you might be thinking to yourself, I mean 145, some of the SATA 3 drives are going to be doing 200-ish, do you know what I mean, easily. And do you know, that is a fair comment. But at the end of the day, the speed of the solid states, I would say about 70% of the time is when you're opening programs, so the read speed's probably going to be the thing that you're really going to notice the difference on. If, do you know what I mean, the write speeds do start to catch up, maybe different firmwares to use the controller better and stuff like that, then those drives definitely could be something to watch. We did another solid state as well, which was, and I need to get the name right, it's the Mushkin Callisto 120. That was only SATA 3, and it was doing 274 reads, so near enough 300 there as well. So do you know what I mean? It wasn't a bad drive, and 235 writes. Now our drive seemed to, our graphs, they spiked a lot. And I brought this up with Mushkin, and I do want to say actually, Wade at Mushkin, wicked that you're better fella. It's glad, it's great to have you back, and yeah, all glad that you're back at work and you're all sorted. So anyway, back to the solid state drive. They were peaking, spiking quite a lot. So I had a word with Wade, and they've got a new firmware coming. So we are going to be revisiting the Callisto with the new firmware on the drive, and see if that levels out the ratings. And according to Wade, it's meant to bring a speed increase as well. So the Mushkin, and I know that's something that most of you guys in the States are going to be familiar with, because they're mainly marketed over there. So yeah, we're going to be having another look at that a bit later on. Now today, a review went live, and it'll be something that maybe not a lot of you have heard of, and that's a new series of power supplies made by Corsair. Now I'm a big fan of Corsair power supplies anyway. I've been on Corsair for a good few years now. Now there was all the big hype about the HX range, but quite a lot of the other manufacturers have kind of barking at Corsair's heels now, and there's quite a lot of other, good power supplies about. Now Corsair have answered this with a new range called the AX series. Now they're all gold rated, and the one that we put live today was a 1200 watt fully modular, so literally there's no cables coming out the back at all. You even have to plug your 24 pin motherboard in. Now it actually got best in class gold award from us for any power supply from 1000 watt to 1500 watt, because we've got not only have we got a Sun Moon power supply tester, but we've also got a proper oscillator thing. And Jim's our power supply guru, and he can open up a power supply and literally tell you what each bit's for. Now the Corsair, when he opened it up, it was just, he'd never seen anything like it before, and pretty much it's not a Corsair power supply, or rather I should rephrase that, it's not, for argument's sake, like a Seasonic power supply with a Corsair label on it. This is something that Corsair have designed themselves from the ground up. It does still go out to an OEM to be manufactured, but that's the same with pretty much anything that you buy nowadays. But it's a Corsair design from the ground up, and all of our graphs are so level. It's 1200 watt rated with gold efficiency. Jim managed to coax 1522 watts out of it, fully stable, within ATX specs, and that was still in keeping. The ripples were really sort of like, they were so minimal. It's definitely worth going and having a look at that review on overclock3d.net, because literally, as I said, it's the best power supply Jim's ever tested, and it just went, and all the graphs are so stable. It's an amazing, amazing power supply, so big thumbs up to Corsair. Now something I did want to talk about is the good old 5870s. Now we've had quite a lot of them in, and I've posted up quite a few of them on YouTube as well. And a lot of you come and say to me, should I be buying this, should I be buying that, do I need the matrix, do I need this? Well, pretty much, if you want to buy a 5870, then now I would say this should be what you want. It's the Asus EAH 5870 V2. And the V2 pretty means it's got a new design cooler on the top, as you can see. The fan's a lot bigger. There's a big, and it's fucking huge, great big bit of copper here, very similar to what's going to be going in the Aries cards when they get released. So you've got a bigger fan, better cooler, but it's still reference design. Still got all the voltage tweak and everything like that. So this pretty much is a reference card, but it's got a better cooler, a better fan, so it's cooler. Got a fully copper heatsink, not just a copper base, but copper fins on it as well, so it's cooler and quieter. And it's still the same price as a reference card. We're finding these in the UK now for 310 quid. So it's a bloody brilliant card. And with the voltage tweak as well, I mean, I got 999 megahertz out of this. And it wasn't even massively hot. We didn't actually get the card to go over 70 degrees. It's brilliant. So the general advice from me is, if you're looking for a reference card that you're going to water cool, or you want a reference card that's going to be quiet and overclock well, then this is the puppy for you, because it ticks all the boxes. You don't need, and Asus are going to hate me for saying this to you, but you don't need the matrix. In my experience with what I've tested, anything over 950 megahertz on the core brings so little benefits, like, and I'm talking like 300 or 400 points in vantage, and next to nothing when it comes to frame rates. 950 megahertz with a cool card is all you really need, and do you know what I mean? Anything extra on it is just raping the arse out of the card and probably going to reduce its life significantly. I mean, my cards that I run, I've only got them at 900 core because I just like them quiet. When I'm doing normal stuff on the computer, I have the fan set to 20%. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what I want cool and quiet. So yeah, that is the reference 5870 of choice from Overclock 3D. Or definitely from me anyway. So yeah, there we go. That's the one you want. Bloody good looking card as well. Also came with a copy of Stalker, which was pretty good. Now, if I have a look, we're running out of time rapidly now, so I'm going to have to say this is the first week in words of Overclock 3D. I want your feedback, and what I'm also going to start doing is looking through all the questions and try and answer questions if I get time and stuff in these videos. But I do want your feedback, guys, so that's the most important thing. And also, what we need to do, thanks to the bloke at ASUS for this, is we need a weekly word. And this week, just because it's one of my favourite words in the world, today's word of the week is going to be boobies, because we all like a good set of boobies. And keep your eyeball open for the Rampage 3 Genie review next week. But it looks like I've just gone over 11 minutes, so I best hurry up, otherwise I'm going to have to cut some off. So this is the first OC3D Week in Words from Tiny Tom Logan, out.